As I was making this latest piece of furniture from a design I copied from my favorite furniture maker, Thomas Moser in Maine, I came across a funny geometry problem. As you can see, the table legs, which are about 2 inches square in cross section, start at a point and then flare out by the time they get to the floor about 1 inch in two directions. Since I didn't have 3 inch thick black cherry stock from which I could cut a 3 inch by 3 inch blank to make each leg, I experimented a little to try to get what I needed. I decided to try cutting a 2 inch thick blank that was wide enough to cover the diagonal of what was needed to make the leg. That left on both sides about 3/4 of an inch or less of wood that needed to be glued on to make it so that I could have the 3 inch by 3 inch cross section all the way down the leg. I decided to glue on different species of wood onto the black cherry center blank for each leg, and chose 4 different woods: hard maple, black walnut, white oak, and red maple, kind of an odd species that we happen to have a tree of in our gully that we cut up years ago. It was a surprising and beautiful accent to each leg, I thought. I wasn't expecting it to remain in the same shape all the way down the leg, but that's how it turned out. I thought and thought about the geometry of it and couldn't quite fathom how that came about, even when looking at the piece that I had shaped by hand. Eventually, I came to understand the geometry by looking through the diagonal of the black cherry blank, the 2 inch black cherry piece that is most of the table leg. You could see from the symmetry that the pieces glued to the right and left of the diagonal would have to remain the same thickness as they came down if the table leg had the same cross-sectional area, no matter how it was bent on the way down to the floor, as long as it was bent symmetrically about that diagonal. It was an interesting geometry problem that I didn't see coming, didn't plan, and had trouble fathoming, but I think maybe I see it now. I hope it's fun for you all to look at.